This lesson covers section 0-9, measures of center, spread, and position. Today's objective will be to find measures of center, spread, and position. Statistics is the science of collecting, organizing, and displaying and analyzing data in order to draw conclusions and make future predictions. The entire group of interest to a statistician is called a population. A variable is a characteristic of a population that can assume different values called data. We will be looking at many forms of data in this unit. When it is not possible to obtain data about every member of a population, a representative sample or subset of the population is selected. Data that includes only one variable, we call it univariate data. Univariate data are often summarized using a single number to represent what is average or typical. Measures of average are also called measures of center or central tendency. You probably have heard of this before. The most common measures of center are mean, median, and mode. Let's review. The mean is the sum of the values in a set of data divided by the total number of values in the set. Another word to describe mean is the average. What is the average of this? What is the average of that? Also known as the mean. The median is the middle value or the mean of the two middle values in a set of data when the data are arranged in numerical order, smallest to biggest, or vice versa, biggest to smallest. The mode is the value or values that appear the most often in a set of data. A set of data can have no mode, one mode, or more than one mode. A common misconception is to write the number 0 for a set of data that doesn't have a mode. Don't put 0. Write the words no mode. First example we're going to look at. The numbers of minutes per day that a student spends exercising for a week are shown below. Find the mean, median, and mode. We're going to call this set of data a population because it includes data from every day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or if your week starts Sunday, I suppose, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Saturday. Now, we're going to find the mean of this set of data. You will take all of the numbers, add them together. Now, you definitely use a calculator for this. 50 plus 75 plus 45 plus 60 plus 45 plus 75 plus 45. One more time is 395. And we divide it by the number of data items. There are 7 days in the week. 395 divided by 7 is approximately 56.4. 56.4, we'll say minutes per day exercising. The median. Now with the median, we have to place the data items in order, numerical order. So we could start off by taking the smallest data item I see is 45. So we have 45. And what I like to do is I like to cross it off. This way you don't forget a data item, because if you forget one number, it could throw off the whole thing. 50 would be the next smallest number. 60 is the next one, followed by 2 75s. And there we have it. Our median now can be found by crossing off numbers in rounds of crossing off numbers from the outside going in. So it looks like we will come up to 50 as our median. 50 minutes per day would be our median. And then the last one is our mode, which number comes up the most. And when you place a data set in numerical order, it's easy to see that 45 comes up 3 times, 75 only comes up twice. So our mode would be 45 minutes per day. Okay, your turn, it says. So go ahead and pause the video, make sure you try this on your own. And then if you want to listen to my working out this problem, go ahead, or if you just want to skip to the answers, that's fine too. Just please understand how to do this problem. So pause the video, try it on your own, and here we go. The number of milligrams of sodium in a 12-ounce can of 10 different brands of regular soda. Find the mean, median, and mode. Does the data represent the population or sample of the population? We have to ask yourself, how many brands of soda are here? There are 10 of them. Are there only 10 brands of soda in the grocery stores or in the convenience stores that we go and shop? Are there only 10 brands? No, there's not. So this represents a sample of the population. So go ahead, let's find our mean, our median, and our mode. When we find the mean here, it looks like the sum of the data items is 295. And let's see how many we're talking about. It says 10 different brands. So we're going to divide it by 10 and get 29.5 milligrams of sodium on average. The median, we have to list the data items in order from smallest to biggest, so we'll go ahead and do that. We have 10, 15, 20, 25 it looks like, 30, and we have 3 35s, probably going to be our mode there, a 40, and it looks like a 50, so 3 35s, a 40, and a 50. Okay, let's go ahead and cancel off our pairs here. We have 10 and 50, 15 and 40, 35 and 20. We continue the process until we get to the middle. Now, we come up on two numbers in the middle, which means algebraically the median is halfway in between 30 and 35. Well, we're talking about 5 units. Halfway in between is 2.5. So you could either add 2.5 to 30, or you could subtract 2.5 from 35. Or we can take the average of the two. 30 plus 35 divided by 2 will equal 32.5. That milligrams of sodium, that is our median. In the mode, the number that comes up the most is 35 milligrams. Because two very different sets can have the same mean, statisticians also use variation to describe how widely the data values vary and how much the values differ from what is typical. So we talk about this range, which is the difference between the biggest and the smallest values. Not too difficult to find. The variance in a set of data is the mean of the squares of the deviations. This is a semi-complicated formula that we can use to calculate variance by hand. But we are going to let the graphing calculator do this for us. The point of this statistics unit for you guys is to get your foot in the door and talk about some concepts of statistics, but not necessarily dig in too deep, simply because we don't have the time. So the variance here, we will have the graphing calculator help us out with, and I will explain a little later here. The standard deviation in a set of data is the average amount by which each individual value deviates or differs from the mean. How far are we from the mean in either direction? It is the square root of the variance. So that comes into play a little later. What we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to find the variance and the standard deviation using a graphing calculator. So at this time, I would like for you to go and click on the QuickTime video There you will find me walking you through the steps on how to use the graphing calculator to find the range, variance, and standard deviation. Okay, so by now, hopefully you had an opportunity to play with the graphing calculator, and hopefully this made sense in the difference between the standard deviation of Class A and Class B. This is what we want you to understand for your homework for this evening. So the assignment, you could begin day one's assignment 0-9, day one at this moment.